Are we in a foreclosure crisis? Let's check out what Realtor says about what's happening right now in the foreclosure market. So it says zombie foreclosures are on the rise in 5 states. Is this an indicator of what may be to come for the rest of the country? Zombie foreclosures are popping up across the U.S. as homeowners struggle to make monthly mortgage payments, with rates still hovering over close to 7%. Homeowners are struggling right now to pay their mortgage. I'm going to talk about why this is not necessarily a good sign for the homeowners, but how investors can take a look at this. My name is Orlando Hubbard. I am a real estate analyst. I do this every day, all day. It's my job to purchase homes. I'm a wholesaler essentially, but I look at market trends. I look at what's going on in different markets across the nation. So we're going to look at what this possibly means and what states are really popping up for foreclosures and how investors could take advantage of this. So there are at least 1.4 million vacant residential properties across the country, according to ATTOM Data Solutions, a curator of land property data and real estate analytics. That represents 1 in 76 homes across the nation, and the number is up slightly from a year ago. So from a year ago, homes that are vacant right now have gone up, even if it's just a little bit. So we are seeing more and more properties that are popping up and coming up for buyers, investors to buy up. At least 212,268 homes are in the process of foreclosure. Wow, that's a ton of homes. Just in the first quarter of this year, that's literally just right now. Meanwhile, among pre-foreclosure properties, 7,094 sit vacant as zombie foreclosures. Basically, homes right now are pretty much, people are getting their letters, their delinquency letters, and they're saying, okay, I know that I cannot pay this, so I'm going to go ahead and head out. That's what they mean by zombie foreclosures. So this is great opportunity if you are an investor to find the owner of those homes and say, look, I can help you. I know a lot of people do the sub 2 and those sort of things, but this is a great opportunity for you to be able to help sellers who are struggling right now to pay their mortgage. A zombie foreclosure occurs when a homeowner abandons their property after receiving a foreclosure notice, like I was just saying, but before ownership of the house is transferred. So before the bank even comes back to take it, the homeowner is just like, I'm out. The report looked at publicly recorded real estate data that included foreclosure status, equity owner, and occupancy status, and matched it against monthly updated vacancy data. Adam's research found 1 in every 14,668 homes across the U.S. has been vacated due to foreclosure. So there's a lot of inventory that's going to be popping up right now that really the bank never, as we know as investors, the bank never really want homes. That's not the business that they're in. So they're always looking for, how can I get out of this quickly? This is going to be an opportunity for someone who is more savvy and likes to do sub 2 deals to actually come in, take over, assume the mortgage, and help out sellers in a way that honestly is they would be better off if you came along than if you didn't come along. And also, or maybe you just buy it or wholesale it outright. I know a lot of people do that as well. So that's really, really great opportunity coming in for investors coming up now. Affordable locales in the Midwest have seen sustained buyer attention as many home shoppers are priced out of high-priced markets. The rate of foreclosure is relatively low in these areas as homeowners are in a good position to sell for more than they purchased a home for. Still, zombie foreclosures continue to plague all areas, even though a property might not outright look abandoned. So you're going to probably drive by and see some houses that doesn't look crazy. It doesn't look abandoned, but it probably is. So if you do see those areas where you can kind of tell, especially as an investor, if you're doing driving for dollars or whatever the case may be, you can kind of tell if a house is really like, this nobody may not be there. Stop on at that house, knock on the door, see if anybody's there, do some research, some skip tracing, and see if there is an opportunity for you to pick up that house. Now, it says, let's look at the locations here. They have like a little map, the top 5 states with the largest annual increase with at least 50 zombie foreclosures in Q1. So Kansas City is one, Missouri is one, Indiana, Michigan, South Carolina. Love South Carolina. South Carolina is a great area. Greenville, South Carolina. Charleston is a good city as well. Kansas City as well. Kansas City. Missouri is one as well. This is Kansas. Missouri is one as well. Kansas City is a great market. St. Louis can be okay. It can. Indiana is one as well. This whole little region right here, Indiana, Ohio, they have their pockets. They really do have their pockets. Indianapolis is great. Gary is it's trying to come up, but not really. You see a lot of people who are moving out of Chicago into Gary because they're so close, but also they're not as priced out. Michigan, really like Michigan as well. I would stay away from Flint just because for me, knowing that one specific town. But Detroit is great. Now let's look at the states that are seeing this sort of activity, these zombie properties. Zombie properties are up 85% from 27 to 50 in the state of Missouri. For perspective, Realtor.com found that there to be 43,380 homes for sale right now in Missouri. In the Kansas City area, the median home list price is $249,000, that's really good. Like I said, that Kansas City, that city is pretty good, and it's obviously right now. And I always like to. You can't always just take these sort of trends that are happening and think that they're going to be that way forever. But right now, Kansas City is a growing market because they're doing well with the Kansas City Chiefs, and the city is just kind of on the rise, and people are taking notice to the city. But it's going to see some tremendous growth, I believe. And you see the the median home list price right now is $249,000. This is a great market for flips. If you're into flips and things like that, it's a great market for flips. Rentals as well, but I could definitely see when I see that $249,000 price point, I'm always usually thinking like, okay, this is probably a great market for a flip. Usually it's super, super low. Now this is low compared to California and all these, the more like East Coast and things like that. But in a market like Kansas City, Midwest market, this is great. This is a great number if you're looking to do a flip or anything like that. Michigan, zombie properties are up 51% from 55 to 83, according to ATTOM. There are 37,602 homes for sale in Michigan, according to Realtor.com, with the median list home price at Detroit at $100,000. You see how that drop? You can see the difference between markets here. Detroit, the median list home price is at $100,000, so you probably will get a lot more cheaper price homes because it is it's a rougher city for sure. The median list especially with that type of median, so you'll get a lot more like rental income and things like that. Not a ton of flips. It's probably not the best area for like a flip or anything like that. But I do still see Detroit actually, increasing and doing better in terms of home prices. But you do see the difference between the markets here. One $249,000, and then the other is $100,000. Now we're gonna even go even higher with South Carolina. The zombie properties are up 31% from 74 to 97 You're probably gonna see a lot more in South Carolina zombie properties because it's a little bit more expensive in South Carolina. In places like Charleston, look at the Charleston median home sales price, $645,000. Charleston is a great area, and then you have a lot of those areas, Greenville, that are closer to like the water, so they're coastal. So of course those properties are usually a lot higher. I know I was looking at one in Greenville where it kind of shocked me that the price point was so high in terms of what the sales data was showing. And then let's move on to Indiana. They're up 28% from 215 to 276. Realtor.com lists 43,738 homes for sale in Indiana, with the median home list price in Indianapolis at $255,000. Also probably a great market for flips and things like that. But I would definitely say you have to find the right pocket of Indiana. Indiana can be very spotty. You got places like I said, Gary, and then also you have places like Indianapolis that are usually pretty good. But you, like I said, you have to pick your spots in Indiana. Kansas is one as well. Kansas has 14,216 homes for sale. The median list home price in Wichita is $270,000. So Kansas is a great market as well. The number of zombie or vacant homes that are in pre-foreclosure is significantly high in several popular metro areas. ATTOM's data found the Miami, Fort Lauderdale, great market. West Palm Beach, that whole Florida area has 747 vacant properties in the first quarter alone. People are getting out of their houses in Miami and just leaving them be. Miami is a very expensive market, so I could definitely see why that would be an issue. Now, this is tied with the Newark, New Jersey area. Coming in next is Chicago, Naperville. Like I said, this is probably why the Gary area is growing so much, because people are really getting out of Chicago and like the Naperville, Elgin, Illinois area to go towards like Gary, because it's a little bit more affordable, or probably like Milwaukee as well, with 472 vacant properties. Tampa, St. Petersburg, Clearwater with 324, and Cleveland, Ohio with 201. But Cleveland is a great market. But a foreclosure is a legal process that allows lenders to take control over property for a borrower who has failed to make timely mortgage payments. A zombie foreclosure happens when a property is left vacant by homeowners who have defaulted on their mortgage. The homeowner might have incorrectly believed that they have to move out after receiving the foreclosure notice, or they choose to abandon the property altogether. When a homeowner abandons the property, they still hold the title of the property and therefore are responsible for it. So a lot of people may not, what this is saying is that a lot of people may not even, these properties are coming up because they think that they're foreclosed on, when really the foreclosure process has not taken full effect yet. So they're incorrectly perceiving these letters that they're getting, and they just abandon the properties altogether, or they just realize that, hey, I actually cannot pay this, so I'm just going to leave it be. But even though they're still responsible for the property. So if you are an investor, this is a great time for you to be a help to these sellers who are really in need, and they need someone to actually come and purchase the property, or see how they can be helped in general. It's going to be great meat on the bone for you, but also you get to help a seller out. So that's all I have for today. If you like this video, definitely check out the next video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.